Hello, global friends. Welcome to our Global Real Estate Show and welcome to our episode 2. This is a new program for 2021, which we will focus on countries and global locations around the world that have great real estate opportunities. We will learn about their real estate processes and some of their projects, as well as why people purchase in those locations. Our episode 2 today will continue on Mexico. Mexico cannot be covered in just one show, of course. It could go on for hours and hours and hours, so we will have multiple of the programs to do with Mexico. And today the programming will be on Riviera Maya, which is Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and all the towns in between, a great location. So a little bit about myself. My name is Spencer Hu. I am the founder and principal of hoo.global Consulting. We are a full consultancy firm that offers global real estate sales and marketing services. We work with global finance and lending, more so on the project funding and matchmaking to the lending side, the lending stacks. But we do have contacts that do lending on the individual residential as well. We do work in the global wealth management advisory, so helping investors wisely place their investment funds. And we do have global business and marketing services, which includes global real estate coaching. So those that are agents and brokers on this call today, if you are looking to maximize or build or add on to your global real estate business, we do offer services to help you build that, whether you are starting or whether you are experienced. We do offer those services. So I have been honored to have been a member currently and in the past of multiple local, state, national and international real estate associations, and at the same time have been very honored to have been invited as a speaker, whether on panels or whether as a keynote speaker for multiple of these associations. We've also spoken for multiple different real estate franchises, both on a local level and at a global level, and sometimes at their annual conventions. And lastly, we do regularly attend, and of course right now it's COVID, so previous to COVID, we did regularly attend international real estate trade shows, and we usually did end up speaking at many of those. And all of these would be on global real estate related topics, whether similar to the show we're hosting today, on specific countries or specific opportunities, or what buyers are looking to do outside of the US. Or their home countries, or more on the organized real estate side. So helping the agents and brokers learn about how to incorporate global real estate or global real estate marketing into their own business plans. And the graphic below is some of the associations or the groups that we've either spoken for or have been interviewed by. So just a quick snapshot. So before we begin with our program today, and since it is a Mexico topic today, we wanted to share that our team is hosting 5 different real estate trade missions to Mexico this year. 2 of them will be to the Riviera Maya, so it's perfect for those that are listening today for the Riviera Maya information. If you do want to expand and learn more, these would be great to be a part 2 or 2.0 to what you're learning today. We will be doing those programs, one in June, we're confirming the dates soon, and one in September. And these will be for all of the Riviera Maya. So Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum, and potentially would include Merida as well, more inland. We will be adding on Puerto Vallarta and Riviera Nayarit, Los Cabos and Baja California Sur, and our first trip this year, April 25th to May 1st to central Mexico, Ajijic and San Miguel de Allende, which is not a coastal beach city, so a little bit different of a location, but it is ranked as number 1 or number 2 for the highest concentration of expats living within Mexico. It is very, very popular with the US and Canadian buyers that are looking for relocation or to retire outside of the US. Multiple reasons, including cost of living and great medical. And this is for all of Mexico, any of these locations. It's just Ajijic and San Miguel. That's one of the key points. So anyone that is interested in joining, whether you are a real estate professional or you are a potential buyer, it's open for both of these categories of attendees. There is an email address on the bottom right-hand side that we are building an interest list. So feel free to reach out. If you are friends with me on social media, feel free to reach out to me on social media as well. So these are some of the trade missions we're doing. We will be hosting other trade missions. They are just in planning stage right now. Some of the locations will be Panama, great opportunities as well. Costa Rica, great opportunities, a little bit more mature of a global real estate market over there, as well as Belize. So definitely if these other locations in Central America or South America, even once we get to there, definitely reach out as well, since we are putting together similar programs. So for our agent and broker friends or real estate professionals that are on the call today, we are doing a real estate mastermind end of this month in March. So March 25th to 28th, last weekend in March. We are basically wanting to invite top producers. And for a top producer in our definition is anyone that has 5 million of annual sales volume or 100,000 of GCI, gross closed income per year. And what we aim to do is help you learn additional content, additional processes, additional mindsets, additional industries that you can partner with to help build and expand and increase your current and existing business practice and your income streams. So we're hoping to get all of our attendees to 250,000 per year or even more. So definitely, if you are interested, please reach out. My team is a co-host and a co-planner for the event, as well as myself being a speaker. So we do have a couple more spaces that I can extend the early bird price at $795, which is actually expired right now. But as I mentioned, we are part of the planning team, so I can extend it for a couple more people. So definitely, if you are interested, please reach out. We can get you signed up and ready to go. You see some of the other top-notch speakers on the right-hand side. So definitely something not to be missed if you are in the real estate industry yourself. And without further delay, our program today again is on buying and investing in the Riviera Maya, Mexico. I am happy to introduce my friend, Chris Gill, who is the Chief Commercial Officer with SIMCA Development. And SIMCA is a great partner that we have been working with, building out our Mexico expansion. They are a great partner for you guys to work with. If you guys want to work directly with them, that is okay as well. We, as far as hoo.global Consulting, have a broker partner program similar to what SIMCA is offering, except we do work with other locations and other projects as well. But SIMCA is one of the better ones that we are working with, if not the best. They have very good locations within the Riviera Maya that other developers don't have access to. And they have been in the Riviera Maya developing properties for over 15 years, a very strong track record. And that's very important for those that want to purchase or invest, not just in Mexico, but anywhere outside of the US, since the real estate processes and the laws and everything else is very different in each location. So without delay, welcome, Chris. The stage is yours.
So first of all, welcome. Before we even begin with today's presentation, I certainly would like just to go over who is Chris, who is on this side of the Zoom page, who are we going to be talking to today, and of course, who will be making some questions about this great phenomenon of real estate in this part of the world in paradise? Well, first of all, Christopher Gill, that's me. I'm the CCO, like you properly said, of SIMCA Real Estate, SIMCA Developments in Southeast Mexico. When we say Southeast, it's a famous Yucatan Peninsula that goes from Merida, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. I was born in 1979, so yes, I'm a 79 generation guy like all my partners are. And at a very young age, I actually moved from home. That's when I was 14. And ever since, I've been living in 3 different continents, doing what I do best, doing what I'm passionate about, which is promoting real estate, finding dream homes, finding the perfect investment to all those that decide and trust in our business. When I started my real estate company was back in 2002. So pretty much we are coming very close to 20 years of real estate market. And that was Orange State, my first real estate, which I opened up together with some family members. Today, well, as he said, I'm with SIMCA. It's the largest developer in Southeast Mexico, largest in destinations, largest in variety of budgets, largest in different segments of real estate. We do cover all the segments you can think of in the real estate market. So that is who I am. But let's begin. And when we're talking about global real estate, it's very important not just to go directly into the real estate property. It's not about selling just real estate. It's very important about understanding, first of all, the destination. Second of all, understand who am I dealing with? Who am I trusting? And last but not least, definitely understanding the real estate properties available and which is a perfect match for me or my clients. Because I have many realtor friends here today, but some of them already are owners in SIMCA Developments, and that's very important to understand. It's not about just the opportunity for my clients, it's also the opportunities for myself. So let's begin with point number 1 today. Point number 1 today is why the Riviera Maya? Why is it the 4th largest growing real estate destination in the world? Why is everybody raving about it? From California to New York, stopping by Texas for sure. Well, the reality is there are 5 major reasons why people always fall in love or find interest as an investor, as a second home user, as a permanent living user or buyer. And it's because it's accessible. Number 1, it's very easy to hop in and hop out to Cancun International Airport. You literally have direct flights to more than 170 different international airports around the world. And that means it's very fast and easy to jump in and jump out. As a personal point of view, it's always great to know any emergencies, anything going on back home is within hours the travel in time to go back home. Of course, knowing your investment is very easy to access also makes it very, very attractive. But accessibility is not all. Also, the variety of services and amenities is huge. The fact that I can travel many times and not do it all, having the need to return is very important. And it is a very versatile destination with attractions and activity for all ages and lifestyle. We have the 2nd largest coral reef in the world after Australia Coral Barrier. We have the theme parks, which are spectacular. I mean, let's not forget Xcaret, which is one of the theme parks we have in Playa del Carmen, was named the best theme park in the world, even above Disney last year. So we do have that. We have shopping malls. We got colonial cities. We got archaeological sites. Remember, Tulum has the only archaeological site pyramid in front of the ocean in the entire of Mexico. So man, when we're talking about things to do in a destination like this, trust me, it's just unstoppable. You can keep going on and on and on. And this is why 24% of the 29 million tourists that visit us all year round have been at least for 3 times in the last 2 years. Even if I ask today to all 50 people attending to this webinar, to this presentation, who has been in Mexico in the last year at least 2 times, I'm sure many of you have done so. So you can even say me right now on the chat, and we'll see how that will go on. Now, weather's important. Understanding that we have more than 90% of the year sunny weather. I mean, we know half of the world is frozen right now. You can literally go to the beach and enjoy the ocean today, jump in and have a dip on that turquoise blue water ocean, Caribbean Sea. Weather is spectacular here. It's mild, it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's simply unheard of. And this is something that attracts many visitors from around the world, and certainly many investors, because remember, when you invest in a destination like this, you're not only looking for a return of investment, you're looking for an upgrade on your lifestyle. And this is important to understand too. Cost of living is very, very, very accessible. I mean, talking about property tax, we pay 0.1% a year. $1 million property will only cost you in property tax $1,000 per year. And this is good to know, because suddenly, as a personal point of view, having such a low cost of maintenance on my property is great, but as an investor, when I do understand the amount of passive income we have and the low maintenance cost that this investment it actually is, all that's left in between that great gap is called profit. Now that makes sense. Why to live in the Riviera Maya? Accessible, great weather, great food, cost of life is inexpensive. We have people from all around the world that can share my day-to-day with me. But why invest? Why should I invest in the Riviera Maya? Well, let's not forget today we're on the top 10 most popular destination for tourism. In fact, during COVID, actually, we turned on the top 5 most important destinations around the world. Like my good old friend Ed was mentioning before we started, travel restrictions in Mexico are very flexible and open. You can travel and fly into Cancun International Airport, enjoy your holidays. In fact, right now we are restricted to 75% of hotel occupation. However, that 75% is completely full in most hotels. Is incredible. Of course, all the COVID tests must be taken before you return to the US, but hotels are providing it completely for free in the commodity of very close by clinics or even at the hotel. And well, even if you test out positive before you return, hotels are covering all the costs for you to stay 2 weeks in the resort, all inclusive, completely for free, which is not that bad at all. Cancun and Riviera Maya were recognized within Mexico as a #1 destination. So for all nationals in Mexico, we are today the #1 destination. Internationally speaking, #5. And that translates to our world into amazing passive income on vacation rental programs, or through the hotel operators that run high-performing investment properties like Singular, which is one of the cases properties we'll be learning from today. We are a very serious tourist hotspot and one of the strongest short-term rental vacation markets. In 2019, we were #1 Airbnb chosen destination by all users, and that was Tulum. So things are happening, and this big phenomenon of Airbnb, Expedia, Booking.com are happening day by day. No regulations that strictly affect this kind of operations back here. So this is important to know. There's no strict regulations for Airbnb in Tulum or Playa del Carmen. And of course, that's helping investors to make an incredible passive income. Let's talk about numbers. Hotel occupancy in this area is 90% a year. Even now, in the middle of the global pandemic, we are 100% of the allowed restricted occupation, which is 75%. That's simply incredible. But even though short-term rental vacation is only a few steps behind, 60 to 65% a year is the average occupation on vacation rental. Of course, it will always be slightly lower than hotels because it's more aimed to that 24% repetitive customers that come year after year. The natural behavior is simple. The first time they come, they hear Mexico is not safe. Go to a resort, it's safer. And the reality is, it is safe, inside and outside. And that's a reality you find out once you visit Mexico. Because the next time you come to Mexico, you realize for the same rate of a resort, you can stay in a fantastic luxury condo with ocean views, located in the best part of towns, and have a better experience. And of course, after that second trip, it's recurrent. Third, fourth trip, they end up staying in short-term vacation rentals, and of course, many of those buy. So the message here, guys, realtors, if you have clients that come very often to Mexico, they'll probably end up buying. So start finding them and referring them. Last but not least, when we talk about investments, you can always promote what I like to call a two-step investment. A two-step investment is always recommending those buyers, those investors, to jump in at a very early stage of any pre-sales, with always, very important, a trustworthy development as SIMCA is, and we'll go there in a few minutes. Jumping at a very early stage would allow you to go at the lowest price point in the history of that development, gaining great appreciation during the construction process. That is step number one of your investment. Step number two of your investment is taking possession of that unit and allowing passive income to jump in through different programs like, I repeat, vacation rental programs or high-performing hotel operators that will take you all the way up to 9.5% net return a year. And those numbers are based on our track history. So they're real numbers. So investing makes sense, living makes sense, but why is the momentum now? And listen to this word, because this word is very, very important. The momentum. The moment is now in Riviera Maya, because the path of progress is telling us. 1974, Cancun was established. Great city, started to boom, and ended up being a fantastic holiday resort area. But of course, it also ended up being a party zone. So people that love the destination start migrating south. They discovered a city called Shamanha, which today is worldwide known as Playa del Carmen. And it was established as such in 1998, only in 1998. By 2014, it was the fastest growing city in the world. But growth went, and people kept seeking south when they discovered Tulum, which was only established in 2008, guys. 2008 is only 13 years ago. Tulum was established as a municipality, as a city. And by 2016, only 2 years later than Playa del Carmen, it was already the fastest growing city in the world. So growth, 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 growth. When things are happening this way, growth in our world, demographic growth, simplifies into one word, and that is appreciation, capital gains. So this is important to understand. Only in 2008, Tulum was discovered and established. The moment is now for two major cities, Playa del Carmen and Tulum for sure. Great, great, great appreciation, guys. Middle class growth is another thermometer. It's another variable we got to keep our eyes on. When middle class growth is because things are happening. Big corporations, big firms are jumping in, creating jobs. People are getting wealthy by the day. And of course, that's a very healthy sign that the time is now. 410% growth of the middle class in the last 17 years. That's something we definitely got to keep our eye on. Riviera Maya today is the fourth fastest growing real estate market in the world. There is a reason for that. So don't jump in late, jump in now. Tourism from across the globe visit us all years around. This is important because we have the Americas, North, Central, and South jumping in from months from December all the way through to June. But of course, many destinations enjoy this market and they have those 6 months of peak season a year. But when other destinations go down, we have a huge injection of European market that come on school holidays, which is the only time of the year they can bring the kids. It is a family destination. And of course, enjoy at least 2 weeks of their life, because don't forget they have a 10-hour flight, they have the jet lag involved. So 1 week simply doesn't make sense. And of course, the only time of the year they can do that is summer holidays, summer school holidays. So between May and September, we got this huge injection of Europeans that allow us to have an extra 3 months a year of peak season. Peak season means high rates, high occupation, high returns. So definitely aim for those destinations around the world that provide you so many months of high demand in tourism a year. And of course, let's not forget favorable ownership laws to all expats that decide to live, or of course, any global investors that decide to invest in this destination. Make it simply an easy process. Most importantly, take advantages like getting exempted from capital gain tax at the time of flipping over any of your properties. So there's a lot to learn about this destination, but certainly the moment is now. It's not just Chris saying it. When you walk through the airport, you can see signs like this. And this was taken in Terminal 3 before Terminal 4 opened. In fact, you can see these pictures today in Terminal 4, and we can see how we have direct flights all around the world to more than 170 different airports. This is tremendous. Accessibility is very, very important. Hopping in and hopping out at any time is so important. Also, we can see the growth in the airport. On how by 2005, we had 19.6 million tourists arriving through the Cancun International Airport. Today, we opened Terminal 4. Terminal 3 is funny. They opened within a year. They were completely saturated, reaching that 19.6 million tourists. But today, we opened Terminal 4, which is as big as Terminal 1, 2, and 3 all together, allowing to jump from 19.6 within a year and a half to 29 million tourists a year. Allow me to say that only within a year and a half of opening Terminal 4, we're already working in the construction of the amplification of Terminal 4. And now, if we read the press, they already turned back to the news of opening an international airport in Tulum, the new high-speed train. So infrastructure keeps growing and growing. My question to you, is it now the time or not? Before or after all this happens? Let me tell you, the right answer is time is now. So market and opportunities are also make of this destination a very interesting destination for tourism, investors, and retirees around the world. Pet tourism, we are pet friendly. We love pets. In my office, I got my dog just here, but it's not that really. Health tourism is a big business industry that's jumped in place. Many people from the US are taking advantage to use the same doctor, but in Mexico, 6 times cheaper, and in fact, enjoy rest, recovery in paradise. It just simply is a no-brainer. Wedding industry is huge. As you know, Spencer, we own hotels, 3 hotels in Playa del Carmen. We easily do 6 weddings a week in each of them hotels. So 18 people getting married every week just in our hotel brand. And of course, scuba diving is huge. We were mentioning about the second largest coral reef in the world, which of course already attracts many people around the world, especially to places like Cozumel, which by the way, is the #1 port for cruise ships in the world. We host more cruise ships than any other marina in the world. And I was actually reading that Royal Caribbean may just be turning the international hub in Cozumel. So that is huge news that has only just been released this week. Also keeping an eye on big international firms. Big international firms are always important. Nickelodeon is opening the doors to the brand new resort in January this year. No matter the global pandemic, they're still going ahead. They're building it as we speak. By the end of the year, beginning of next year, we have this brand new resort opening. We have Cirque du Soleil having the first permanent Cirque du Soleil show all year round in Latin America here. And of course, then we see all these major brands, international brands establishing in the area, which pretty much help in 2 ways. Once again, on the personal point of view, feel the same way I feel back home, feel comfortable finding the same brands, stores I find back home. But as an investor, I see all these international brands jumping in recently in the last 2 years. Something is definitely happening. And once again, is a way to take a variable to keep an eye on, and knowing that that thermometer, that real estate thermometer is boiling hot. So definitely it's time to keep an eye open and to all these things happening. So that makes sense, Chris. It makes sense to understand why should I live there? Why should I invest and why now? And I hope it's nice and clear. However, don't forget at the end of the speech, we will open some space with Spencer to answer questions and doubt and make sure you're part of this big real estate phenomenon. Now, why SIMCA? Step number 2 of global real estate. So destination makes sense, but who am I talking to? Who am I going to be making business transactions with? Why should I trust you, Chris? Why should I trust SIMCA? Well, let me answer those whys. Well, number 1, we are the largest developer in Southeast Mexico. Largest in variety of destinations. We cover all those cities everybody is raving about. Merida, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. We have variety in type of products. If you're thinking on high performing investment properties, we got it. If you're thinking of accessible urban properties, we've got it. If you're thinking about luxury real estate, we've got it. If you're thinking about industrial real estate, guess what? We got it. So we cover all those segments people are seeking, always by talking to the same developer. And this is very important to know too. We have variety in budgets. We cover properties from 15,000 US dollars. That's 15,000 US dollars all the way to 1.5 million US dollars. And if that's not enough, then you can go close to different associations. I mean, Spencer's part of it. You can go to FIABCI, you can go to AREAA, and they know about SIMCA. Ask them. These great associations have been keeping track of us for many, many years, and definitely we have honored sponsors of them. Find out, do your due diligence on who SIMCA is. We've been more than 15 years developing in that destination, 15 years of destinations that are very young. I mean, we were talking that only since 2008, Tulum was established, okay? More than 30 developments delivered in time, 30 developments have been delivered in all these major cities of Southeast Mexico, the Mexican Caribbean and the Yucatan side of the Yucatan Peninsula. Very important to understand that more than 2,000 owners are enjoying their dream home, their investment, their retirement home with us. And this is important because you can Google us and all those testimonials will be there and they will let you know how we like to do things. Now, when we talk about numbers, we don't talk about a projection in the future. Many do. That's easy. It's kind of like, I guess it's going to be around. We don't do that. We base our numbers in the past, in those 15 years, in those 30 developments, and how those 2,000 owners have done and performed with us. And what we can say is that if you jump in at a very early stage of any of our developments, the average appreciation during construction is 28% between the moment you jump into the delivery, which can be anytime between 18 to 24 months. Not bad at all. Considering our down payment is only 30%, pretty much you double in equity within just construction time. Now, passive income. Passive income is very important today. And passive income can come from short-term vacation rentals all the way to long-term digital nomads phenomenon, which in this part of the world is just tremendous. I see everyday business people from around the world just renting out our condos to work home away from home. And that's a huge phenomenon after all this global pandemic has happened. And we are profiting about it, okay? Our average return on investment is 12% just in vacation rental. Now this number is gross. And when I say gross, means that we more or less netting vacation rental about 6.5% net a year, taking all costs off. And of course, high performing investment property like singular hotel chain, which you can fully own through SIMCA Developments, are netting out around 9.5%. And we will talk about this incredible hotel operation program because it does guarantee you 4% minimum success from day one of taking possession. Yes, you will get paid your return right away from day one of taking possession of your condo immediately. So this is important to understand too, how much we believe and how little risk your investors or yourself are taking through SIMCA. Keep an eye on these numbers. 15 years have allowed us to deliver 695 condos, 1,333 residential lots. Most importantly, all these homes we see here, 811 homes. Imagine, this number is what we performed in the last 15 years. Now keep an eye close to these numbers because what we are performing just this year clearly show you how the market is. It's booming. Only this year, we are building 941 condominiums, 2,300 residential lots. So it's just crazy. We've turned into the 4th largest growing real estate market in the world. We were talking to Spencer, only in the last month and a half, we have reserved over 85 condominiums. This is just unheard of. Moment is now. Guys, don't waste your time. Get your referrals going right away. The market is so good that outside these numbers, we are also planning to deliver 2 brand new projects. And you were asking, Spencer, and I hope we have new projects on the way. We do have new projects on the way. 2 brand new projects in Tulum, 4 brand new projects in Playa del Carmen, 2 brand new luxury, ultra luxury properties in Cancun, 3 more in Merida, including an incredible marina that will be released through your closest association in the next more or less 3 to 4 months. And last but not least, Ciudad del Carmen, brand new destination for us. We're doing a mixed use development coming up. 15 years of delivering dreams, 15 years of delivering incredible investment to your buyers. And these are just some of the brands that we delivered in the past. Starting from incredible Caribbean style hatch 15 years ago when Playa del Carmen was close to being just a small fisherman's village. And as we grew, we adapted to the market, creating the most incredible designs and creating what we call today SIMCA housing art, which fuses in the best of both worlds, the best of design, creating unique buildings which are recognized worldwide. Like, for example, in the screen right now, we have Sabor a Miel, which was awarded, by the way, Spencer. We were in different magazines in China, as well as Russia and India. They've been recognized, our designs, because we bet for the best architects of the Yucatan area, which are worldwide known architects, like, for example, Enrique Pineda, Seijo. They're very well-known architects, and we have bet for them. So we have the best of design, making sexy buildings out there in the market, but also the best of functionality. And there's a lot we learn from the Asian culture, and definitely we apply it to our design. So we bring in the best of beauty, designs, the best of functionality, creating condominiums like the famous 2-bedroom lockup that allows you to actually split a 2-bedroom condo into a studio and a 1-bedroom, optimizing your income by renting it out to 2 separate families, or using part of it and creating passive income on the other part of it, respecting privacy. And of course, on the personal point of view, if you have friends and family staying over, then you respect their privacy too. But not only that, in small spaces, we've been able to create fantastic, accessible urban condominiums at very low measurements, but still respecting the fact that they will have a 1-bedroom. We have 60 square meters, about 600 square feet condominiums in the 1-bedrooms in the heart of downtown Playa del Carmen, for example, in the middle of the golden zone, which is where all the appreciation, where everything is happening, starting at $174,000 US, which is just simply incredible. So that means for less than $60,000 US, you can put your down payment and own a property in paradise, and double that equity if you jump up in a very early stage of that development. So there's so much to learn. Miranda, ultra luxury real estate that is actually only down to 3 units left, 2 beautiful penthouses starting at $1.2 million US are actually available for you today. Cruz Comar, Querido Tulum has just been awarded of one of the best gated communities in the world. You can vote now, and I'll be very happy to share that link with you so you can vote for Querido Tulum. So some developments in Cancun, some in Merida. We're famous in Merida for gated communities. We have our own golf course coming very soon. In the next few months, I repeat, our marina with beautiful condos. I think they're going to be starting beachfront, starting at $270,000. So stick to your association, because they'll be releasing that information before anybody else. Pre-sales are available in Playa del Carmen. Investment properties, singular. Let's start with the properties. You can start referring us from today, and Spencer has all the information too. Singular hotels are what we call high-performing investment properties. High-performing investment property is full ownership, a condominium, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. This specific building has a total of 116 units, starting at $213,000 US. You are able today to live second line on the beach, have the best views. And I know some of you listening to me today have been there at that rooftop and can guarantee we have the best views of Playa del Carmen. And the reality is, this type of properties are designed to be run as a hotel. So a hotel operator leases your condominium, allowing you to use 60 days a year still, however, obtaining the best return ever. So it's a full ownership property run by a hotel operator, and the hotel operator pretty much what it's doing is making sure the entire building has the same standard of occupation. Most importantly, all the services of a 5-star hotel are in place. So even when you use it, you are pampered as a 5-star hotel guest. But the best part are the returns. Remember that 90% occupancy ratio versus 65? Were you taking advantage of that 90% occupation ratio in the best part of town with the most incredible ocean views, starting, I repeat, at $213,690 US. Fully furnished, turnkey, so you walk in and it's ready to go. And the day you take possession of your unit, day number 1 of taking the keys, you get a check for 4% of the value of your property paid up front, guaranteeing you a minimum success of 4%. And this will happen during the first 3 years. And after the first year goes past, we do a cut. You got the statement, all the income of the hotel operator in your unit, all the costs and expenses, and whatever's left is yours. Usually 9.5% is our average performance. So you will get paid that 5.5% extra at the end of the year, guaranteeing you that 9.5% if we reach it. If it was a bad year, imagine besides a global pandemic, I don't know, tourism completely to a stop. If tourism comes completely to a stop, then you still are making a 4% net of your investment, and the hotel operator will assume the loss. So it's a zero risk investment for the first 3 years. This is unheard of in real estate. The market is so good, the hotel operator will sign up and take the risk for you and make sure you will be making high performance year after year. Keep an eye if what you're thinking of is a just pure investment. Remember, real estate is all a scale. We can go for pure high performing investment and the personal use goes down. We can go for ultra luxury real estate and the investment side still exists but goes down. And of course, we have properties we will see today that have 50-50 on both sides, investment and personal view. But today, Singular provides you 100% high performing investment property. Let me put you a video. Those ocean views are simply incredible. Simply incredible. And I'm going to move on because there's so much to offer. I'm going to quickly go. I can't put all the videos today. I repeat, get close to Spencer. He has all the information you need. We have the luxury real estate, and today I definitely want to recommend you Marila. Marila is phase 2 of Miranda, which is already delivered, which is only 3 units left. But Marila is an 82-bedroom condominium, 1 to 3 bedrooms, starting at $383. All the 1 beds have gone, so that price is for an unfurnished 2-bedroom condominium. Same location as Singular Dream, so second line of the beach in the heart of the golden zone of Playa del Carmen, where everything is happening, where the highest end condominiums are. It's kind of the Beverly Hills of Playa del Carmen. The best restaurants, the best condominiums are literally there within a whole block. Starting at 383, you can have an ultra luxury 2-bedroom condominium in the best part of Playa. It's 2 towers, rooftop, amazing panoramic view. It's being built as we speak. Underground parking in this area is worth gold. Certainly, we have sports bars, infinity pools. If you really want to go for luxury real estate, not so much concerned about returns, or of course, this 2-bedroom condominium will be renting about $3,000 a month in long term. So it's not a bad investment itself, but it's more aimed for the personal use of your buyers. And I repeat, of yourself. We have Cruz Comar, which is another beautiful building ready to go. It's actually a spec, few units left, 60 units, ocean views, just behind Mamitas Beach Club, which is where the famous International Jazz Festival takes place. 1 block away from the 5th Avenue, 1 block away from the ocean. Ocean views here are just spectacular. Just between you and the ocean is the beach club. And of course, if you're looking for up vibrating lifestyle, luxury real estate, Cruz Comar is certainly an option. I would totally recommend it. Starting at $383,000, you can have immediate access to a condominium. Quick video. These are real pictures, by the way, they're not renders. And this is Cruz Comar, and we have Miranda, we have Sabor a Miel. We've got so many different properties I would certainly recommend you, but today we don't have time to go all over them. So what we will do is jump into one last section within Playa del Carmen, which is accessible urban properties. Accessible urban properties are the best balance between personal use and, of course, investment. There are properties starting at $174,900 for a 1-bedroom condominium in the best part of downtown, in the heart of the golden zone once again. And remember, location is absolutely the most important feature on any real estate. And here you're able to jump in at the lowest price point, unbeatable in the area. And of course, it does provide the investment side of things, because having such a low cost and considering the passive income that you can obtain through vacation rental income through our sister company Happy Address, you can be aiming at 6.57% net return a year, which of course is perfect. And for that, we have Ipana. Ipana is a 362 condominium divided in 4 towers. It's 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, 4 lobbies, sport bars, business center. It's what I call a resort lifestyle living. So you have spas, you have gyms, you have restaurants, you have bars. The whole ground areas is a shopping mall, so a lot of retail spaces. So literally you're getting such an incredible fusion of resort lifestyle living, so the best of the 5-star resort living, but also the privacy and exclusivity and investment purpose of any condominiums in this part of town, starting at such a low price point that it simply makes it a no-brainer. Can you imagine a down payment as low as $60,000 or below $60,000 to be an owner of this? 1 block away from the famous retail spot, 5th Avenue, most importantly, only 5 minutes walk to the ocean, to the best beach clubs of Playa del Carmen. Simply make it a no-brainer. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, Ipana, part of what we call Siempre Playa. Ipana is 4 buildings, 362 condos, resort lifestyle living complex, but next door within Siempre Playa, that shopping mall in the grounds, we have Serenada, which is the next building I'll be presenting, which is for those that are seeking same location, same low budget, accessible property, but in a boutique style, not so many neighbors. So we got the best option for two different requirements.
Sitting poolside, wondering if I find a girl like you, or if I'm gonna die with nobody to hold on to. Sitting poolside, wondering if I find a girl like you, or if I'm gonna die with nobody to hold on to. 'Cause I'm a little bit tired of waiting, little bit tired of racing around my room, little bit tired of patience. Not so tired that I can't meet you by the poolside. Oh, by the poolside. Oh, 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 by the poolside. By the poolside.
And that is Ipana, ladies and gentlemen. And I repeat, within Siempre Playa, this fantastic spot in town, this new midtown is equivalent of the midtown of New York, is the equivalent of La Condesa in Mexico City, the industrial area there is outside Toronto. This new midtown of Playa del Carmen, where everything is happening. We have the small boutique version of Ipana, which is only 64 condos, starting at 266, 400, two-bedroom lock-off unit. It's simply incredible. I mean, just under $90,000, you can actually put your down payment and own this fantastic two-bedroom property, about 900 square feet, literally where everything is happening. So this is Serenada. I repeat, you can get close to Spencer for more information. I'm going to skip this video. And of course, we have accessible properties like Lunada, which are already finished, a few condominiums left, very low price point. So many options for you just in Playa del Carmen, but there's not enough time to go all over them. So let's go quickly to Tulum and let me show you my high performing investment property in Tulum, which is just simply a no-brainer. Starting, prepare at 148,400 US dollar. Hotel operation, we have Costa Caribe. Fantastic, high performing investment property with a 4% net return from day one of taking possession program. You can jump in at this fantastic little gated community called Aldea Sama with shopping malls, well, commercial area, restaurants, bars, and of course within this gated community called Aldea Sama, only 7-minute bicycle ride to the best beach clubs in Tulum, you will find Costa Caribe. Seeking for an accessible, high-performing property in Tulum, it would kind of think is impossible. Well, welcome to Costa Caribe. Full of yoga, gardens, it has parking, it has terraces, many green areas, gyms, 4 pools, swim up units. I mean, if you're looking for Tulum, low budget, I repeat, Costa Caribe is the property you're seeking for. Starting, I repeat, $148,400. Let me put you a quick video and we'll go directly into Merida. sold 6 units within 30 days. This will be flying out. Now the market is booming in Tulum. Trust me, it will take no time. So if you're thinking about this kind of investment, time is now. Luxury real estate, quickly going through Querido Tulum. Beautiful, spacious, probably the last units with such a huge space. 2-bedroom condominiums are over 1,000 square feet, starting at 241,500 US dollar, ready to go. Fantastic, relaxing, laid-back community. Once again, within this famous gated community known as Aldea Sama. I totally invite you to come and discover this fantastic project called Querido Tulum. And Gran Tulum, which is our latest release. I know Spencer knows a lot about Gran Tulum. Let me tell you, out of 265 condominiums today, I only have 32 units left. And that's incredible because it only went retail just under a month ago. So imagine how fast the market is working out here, and you still have the opportunity to jump in. In fact, in 2 days, this property is going up 5%, guaranteeing already a huge success in this part of town. 101 is the first gated community with beachfront. So that means there's no necessity or requirements to leave your gated community to access the beach. It has its own beach club, but of course it also has 2 million square feet of common gated area community services, such as spa, such as, I don't know, open cinema, gastronomical event area. It has a place where you can cultivate your own honey from the beehives. It has a gallery art center, and of course it has all the amenities as well as Gran Tulum, which includes bars, reception, swimming pools, yoga garden, gym. So man, you don't have any reason to leave your community. For any requirements, you can come across here in your whole stay in your condominium. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, lock-up unit from a very low price point. If you want to find out more about this fantastic community and about only the last 32 units left, I repeat, it was only launched a month and a half ago, then please come close to Spencer and find out more about this kind of opportunities we have to offer. Finishing up and wrapping up for that Q&A session I would like to have with Spencer, let me go quickly through some of the gated communities we have. Starting at $45 for 10 square feet, approximately 900 pesos. So that's $45 for a square meter. We have Blanca. If you're aiming to buy a piece of land and let appreciation jump in drastically and aggressively and get great returns in the future, then Blanca is certainly the kind of property you can jump in right away at a very low cost, starting at 15,000 US dollar for a 5,000 square feet piece of land. This is definitely a no-brainer. Lifestyle will have its own community area, clubhouse, tennis courts, swimming pools, common swimming pools. So great gated community on the north side of Merida, which is where all the growth is taking place, between Merida and Progreso, which is the beach, the closest beach to Merida, only 20 minutes drive. You will find all this growing area where the best commercial centers are, where all the golf courses are, and Blanca certainly is the option for you. Also, Compostela is the luxury version of Blanca. So if you want high lifestyle, the highest lifestyle you can find in Merida, Compostela, you can buy a piece of land starting at $220 a square meter. I mean, it sounds like a joke, but yes, it's true. Merida price points are so low. And right now, Merida has been named the second safest city in the Americas, and that is straight after Quebec. So that is creating a big migration from nationals in Mexico together with international retirees, and it's creating such an incredible appreciation on the land value per day that you simply not believe it. I can give you my personal experience. 2 years ago, I bought into a piece of land. I started buying at $150 a square meter. Today, that same piece of land has doubled up. It's $300 a square meter. And that is only 2 years later, and I only put only 40% down payment. So trust me, I more than doubled the equity invested in that property. So that's the kind of investment you're looking into if it's not your retirement option. And then as a personal point of view, gated communities like Compostela will bring you the top of the notch of lifestyle in Merida. Let me put you a quick video and wrap up today's presentation. And Compostela is being delivered as we speak. So this is just, if you do have people migrating to Merida, if you have investors seeking for a midterm, long-term investment, then this kind of properties are simply ideal. Wrapping up with Provincia, our golf course, you can start at $100 a square meter. We have a 9-hole executive golf course with a beautiful clubhouse, restaurants, bars, all the services you can think of, tennis courts, paddle tennis courts, and of course, Provincia is simply another option you can find out more about. So, are you interested in this? Well, get close, find out about us. I repeat, Spencer has all the information of SIMCA. Get close to your associations, from NAHREP to AREAA to NAR, they all heard about us in the past. FIABCI, Spencer, you're an honor president from FIABCI. You can do your due diligence about who SIMCA is. We are a reality, and we are probably the best business partner there is today to jump and be part of global real estate in this part of the world. So definitely join us. We have trade missions going on all the time, like Spencer mentioned. We also have our chill out weekend, which is only $3.99 for double for your buyers. We have a very special promotion right now that if your buyer is qualified by us and he's definitely a buyer, then your chill out weekend will be for free. That means we'll include 3 nights, 4 days for you. You stay in one of our resorts, you will enjoy, you will learn, you will have fun, and most probably we'll be doing business together with incredible referral fees. So ladies and gentlemen, if you do have buyers for only $3.99 plus flights, of course, you can come in a single or double occupancy. Your clients can come down, they can visit us. We have 20 hosts that are specialized in the destination, that are specialized in SIMCA, and of course in all our properties, and they work back to back with you, full transparency and all communications, making sure your buyer finds the perfect match for them and making sure you get paid that referral fee ASAP. So now, yes, stay at home, but keep growing with partners like us in this part of the world. So Spencer, thank you very much for this space, and I'll be very happy to answer any questions and doubts together with you, everybody that's with us today here. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Chris, for your great presentation. So as you can see, this was the reason we wanted to have SIMCA come on as our episode 2 speaker. Before we get into question and answer, I wanted to add on real quick, because Chris didn't mention, Merida, the reason why it is such a great location right now is it is the #1 safest location in Latin America and the #2 safest in all of North America. So definitely it is an option, very good for both purchasing a second home property or a retirement property. It is within 30 minutes to the beach, Progreso, and then both directions, east and west, is all beautiful coastal area. So I'm going to go through some of the questions that have already been asked in the chat. Those that want to ask additional questions, we will call you guys up onto stage if you want to ask live, or if you want to put it in the chat box, that is okay as well. So the first question is asking, what is the median price for a 2-bedroom condo in Riviera Maya with ocean view? So I would assume Singular Dream would probably fit that. What is the price for a 2-bedroom that has that ocean view right now?
Marina, Singular Dream, which I consider high-performing investment property or luxury real estate, we're looking more or less around the 400s with ocean view.
Perfect. Second question, they asked a multi-part question. So can you touch on home owners, or how ownership is possible, what the costs and process is for purchasing if you are a US citizen? So just a quick summary, if you could.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there are 2 ways to own fully owned properties. One of them is through a corporation, which unless you're really coming down to do business, it doesn't make sense. However, as a personal point of view, like I purchase on my properties is through an escrow, through a fideicomiso, properly mentioned. A fideicomiso is a trust that you open up with different international firm banks in Mexico. and basically you own the property. In fact, is the best way to buy property, because like you would do a big commercial transaction back in the US, you would use a trust to make sure it's a very low risk investment, and most importantly, you know, you're backed up by the bank and all the legal force they have behind, so you actually are hiring indirectly the best lawyers probably in the world. So trust is definitely the way I recommend to buy properties, unless you're going to buy a bulk package, 10, 20 units. Then it's better to do it through a Mexican corporation. More questions? Judy.
Okay, so to add on, the average closing costs will range anywhere from probably 6% to 8%. It's going to depend on the cost of the property. Some of the costs are fixed, so the higher the price of the property, the lower the percentage.
That's correct.
As Chris mentioned, most properties would be purchased through a fideicomiso bank trust. The bank, if it were to go bankrupt or disappear, you have no risk. You basically move it to another bank. So the trust exists on its own, similar to how a corporation or a living trust would exist in the US as well. So
and it's important, Spencer, just so you know, if your buyer hasn't got a Mexican firm lawyer, we have over 2,000 owners that have recommended us their lawyers, and we know who are the top of the notch, most specialized lawyers to help your client, your buyer, to have a full turnkey process and get that trust worked out right away.
Exactly. Next question, is there an HOA fee for condos, and what is the average cost for that?
Great question. Well, it depends on the services of each condominium. Of course, we have many buildings, but if you're looking for an average, 1 bedrooms are around 150 US to 170. 2 bedrooms are more or less around the 250s. 3 bedrooms around the 300, 350s. Penthouses are around the 350s too.
Great.
That is per month.
Let's see. This is asking, is there a guaranteed appreciation for pre-sale buildings, and what is the risk of investing in a pre-sale?
With SIMCA, there's no risk. That's the beauty. That's why you must trust developers that have been established for many years. That's why you must trust developers that are not working on the first, second project. In our case, we've done 30 developments in the past. That lowers risk, of course. Okay. Now, average appreciation in our properties, it depends how soon you jump in within the process of pre-sale, right? If you jump from day one to delivery, our average appreciation is around 28% of the property value. Now, the beauty about this kind of appreciation is that you consider we are one of the very few developers that only requires 30% down payment just during construction. The rest is paid or financed, leveraged upon delivery. Then you're pretty much doubling the equity you've invested just during construction, which makes it very, very attractive.
Definitely. And to give a real world scenario, those that are on the call that don't know me, we purchased in Tulum last year. The properties that Chris presented for Playa del Carmen, we actually were considering Singular Dream or Ipana, but we decided we wanted a property in Tulum. So that's the only reason we went outside of SIMCA. But we purchased a property for $216,000, and it grew by over 30,000 basically same year. So what Chris is saying basically for the pre-sale appreciation, 10 to 15% per year, very, very normal. But of course, you need to make sure you're working with a reputable developer that knows what they're doing. There's also a lot of horror stories with people that don't do their research, and they have projects that are delayed multiple years. So definitely choose wisely. Next question.
And Spencer, if you allow me, let me give you an example of Ipana. Ipana is a perfect example. 2 bedrooms were launched in September 2017 at 182,000 US dollars. Today, that same 2 bedroom is 265.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely.
it gives you an idea, no?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And then the last question, and then we will open it up to the floor if we have anyone that wants to ask questions live. Last question is, what do you think about purchasing land rather than a completed condo or completed house?
It's a different animal altogether. It depends what you want to do with your purchase. At the end of the day, when you buy land, you can look at it as a mid-long-term investment seeking purely for appreciation, for example. Appreciation is intangible, which means until you resell, flip over the property, you're not going to perceive the profit. Then the land can be built. And of course, you look at it at that kind of aspect as a business. And of course, you can resell the property once it's built. So it's different. A condominium is a two-step investment. You get appreciation and passive income at a very low cost compared to actually building a whole entire home. So it's all about the scale, you know, the personal point of view, the investment point of view, and pretty much see what weights more for you. No, condominium is the perfect balance to obtain a 50-50 out of it, you know, low investment and high returns, the case of Ipana. Miranda, luxury but low maintenance cost. Then you go to Marila or to Miranda, that's part of the luxury. So it really depends, they're whole different animals altogether. My personal point of view, if you're seeking for appreciation and passive income, condominiums are way better today because they're usually better located in downtown, you know, than a house. Today, to buy a land and build a house has to be on the outskirts of the city. So, you know, it's a different thing.
Great. So right now, another question came in. So let's see, what % interest rate to buy a condo with 60% down? So right now for Mexico, there are options for foreign national lending, not that many, but SIMCA does have partnerships with local banks.
Yes.
The risk with that is the interest rates will be at Mexico interest rates, which will be anywhere from maybe 6% to 10%. Usually it's going to be 8% or more. What we normally discuss with our own clients is it's better to find the financing in their home country, if it's the US, refinance, or a cash or a HELOC, a home equity loan. And that would be at the 2.5 to 3% that we see today here in the US. And when you're purchasing in Mexico, that basically would be a cash purchase once you're in Mexico.
Which allows you to obtain better price points, because when you do cash purchases to a developer, usually you get a discount for it. Now, another thing I would like to mention, don't forget, we also can obtain the financing through the IRA, a self-directed IRA. So actually people seeking to retire shortly, they can use the entire life efforts by paying your IRA. You can actually buy a property through your self-directed IRA. Now, this is important to understand too, and that's one of the reasons why the #1 destination well for US retirees.
Great. So now I will invite anyone that's in the audience, if you would like to ask a question, if you would turn on your video and unmute yourself, and we'll do a couple more questions.
Hi, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, sister.
Love you. Yo, I'm excited. I'm here in New York, and one of my big questions is, like, I'm closing a big deal next week, right? And I can't wait to get that commission check and come purchase one of your properties in Mexico. My concern is, like, how can I best do that, like, with taxes, you know, and like when you get a big chunk of money, you're getting, you know, you want to reinvest that money, invest it safely in Mexico, and retain the taxes and the benefits. So I would like to have some information on how to do that.
Well, first of all, there's two sides. First of all, the income is arriving to the US, so you do have to apply to the US tax authorities and of course recognize that income. But once you invest that money into Mexico and the money arrives into Mexico, then the tax laws apply in Mexico. So if you have passive income, for example, arriving into the investment property you decide to purchase, okay, then you apply to Mexican tax authorities. For example, when you decide to flip over that property, if that property is below $250,000 US, you don't flip over a property more than once every 3 years, then you are completely entitled to be exempted from paying capital gain tax, which is kind of saving 30% of your profit, which everybody loves. So once again, you would apply to the Mexican tax authority. So what I would advise you, first of all, is when you receive that check in the US, make sure you cover all the
So like,
requirement.
would I do like an S Corp? And then I have the S Corp, which is a corporation here, and then connect that with the Mexican trust?
Yes, big time. Any international trust, even a trust in the US can buy through a Mexican trust the property in Mexico. X-Corp will probably do the same. And we can connect you with our lawyers to make sure you have the perfect strategy, fiscal and legal strategy to make sure you can save as much as possible. That you have our full support of SIMCA always.
Yeah, so get ready next week.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Do we have anyone else that has a question?
I think I talked too much, Spencer. I've answered all the questions.
I have one. I was curious. I think when we did tour the properties, there was mentioned that we could list your properties in the States. What does that process look like?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I kind of cut down the question. You want to list our properties? You have access to all our branded, I'm not sure if I understood properly, but you have access to all our unbranded information for you to personalize with your brand, with your contacts. Okay. We have a referral program. I'm sure Spencer can tell you all about it, but it's very simple. You register your client. We got a group of 20 hosts that would immediately contact you to make sure we understand your client needs, if it's personal, if it's investment, what is in thoughts, you know, if it's a first investment, second investment. And what we'll do is make sure your client and yourself understand the benefits of investing, first of all, in Riviera Maya, second of all, who SIMCA is, and last but not least, find the perfect match within all the different opportunities we have to meet your client requirements. Once the down payment is paid by your client, and of course a contract purchase and sell agreement is signed, then we release automatically the referral fee.
Sounds perfect. Thank you.
And then I'm going to add a clarification for that. So try not to use the word list, since that usually refers to listing in a local country, your marketing. So what SIMCA is giving you is basically free and open marketing authorization to co-market their properties to your own client base. Okay, do we have any additional questions before we let Chris leave?
Hey, Chris, Sunny here from San Francisco. How are you?
Brother, good to see you as always.
Absolutely. So I'm planning to go on a trip, but in Mexico, you said earlier that the ownership, can you clarify on what maybe the ownership of the buyer, how they will be, take title? Or did you already discuss
Fully
that?
titled by public registry through a notary, public notary here. Okay, and what you're doing is the property is in the name of your trust. So your trust is purchasing the property, and the owner administrator plus or the full entitlement. So the decision-making person of what that trust does is you, Mr. Sunny. And I got your condo already put aside, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir. That's clear.
Pleasure.
Okay.
It's always a pleasure. In fact, the fact that you buy through a trust gives you so many benefits. I mean, I always do my commercial transactions through a trust too, because the name on public registry is not my name. So in a way, I'm benefit that I'm not a public image to many authorities, at least not at the beginning. And most importantly, I'm protected by the bank in case of any conflict of interest. So trust is always the best way to go for any commercial transaction, and here in Mexico for any residential transaction.
Great. So everyone, let's thank Chris again for joining us today. He's such a great wealth of knowledge. Again, our team is going to be hosting trade missions in Mexico to Riviera Maya. Will be in June and September. So we can visit Chris and visit SIMCA and see firsthand basically the examples of the properties and the locations. And SIMCA does, based on our current partnerships, have the best locations within Playa del Carmen and Tulum right now. So definitely is a great option for either if you're considering to purchase yourselves or to market at your clients. Anyone, if there's any information that you need, please feel free to reach out to me. This is being recorded, so I will be posting it once the recording gets finalized. And we will be doing future shows. So anyone that's on the audience right now, if there's any specific topic or specific country that you would like to learn about, that's why we created this show. We do have a vast network of professionals very similar to Chris in other countries as well. So again, everyone, thank you for attending today. Have a great weekend and hope to see you on a future show as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Adios,
Thank you.
amigos.
Bye.